Good morning. It is Monday. It is the 27th of February. The Lenten reading is Matthew 6, 5 through 15, and we're reading verse 8 from chapter 6. Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Well, contextually, this is Jesus preparing to give the disciples the model prayer in response to how do we pray. But others might say, well, since He knows, why are we bothering? Because we need to be in communication and fellowship with the Lord. Because while He knows what we need to have that conversation with Him. Because, as we all know, sometimes what we believe we need and what God says we need are not always the same things. But first and foremost, what we needed was our salvation, and He knew that, and He provided it for us. His Spirit softened our hearts to accept it, and so we have already received the most important need that everyone has, and it was fulfilled. Our other needs are those things which help us grow and mature and be conformed to the image of Christ, and God knows what we need. So part of prayer and asking is really that conversation with God that brings us in line with His thinking rather than trying to get Him to agree with ours. And so we need to be reassured that however we pray, God will meet our needs. We need to be willing to accept His definition of our needs. And that should be a comfort to us, although we sometimes, I think, are smart enough to recognize He's not going to answer a prayer the way we want Him to, because we already have an idea that what we're asking for isn't really what we need anyway. And so the other thing we do need is to depend on the Spirit to find contentment in whatever God is doing and allows into our lives. Because remember, the chief purpose of people is first and foremost to glorify God, and then secondly, wonderfully, to enjoy Him forever. So remember to have a conversation with God today and look for His leading. And I'll see you again tomorrow.